Hi. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do to do your your slip stitch, this is a slip stitch. You need to fold your fabric to create a hem. So I'm going to fold it this way, and then you will actually need to fold it a second time so that you have a little fold on the top as well as the bottom. This creates your hem and gives you a place to hide your stitching. And my fold is not great because I did not iron my fabric because we don't have that capability here. But that is what you would start with. Then you've already threaded your needle and you've already prepared your fabric. So I have chosen a thread color that is different than my fabric color so you can see what I'm doing. When you are doing this for your costume project, you will be choosing a thread color that matches or is close to your fabric color so you can hide your stitch because the audience doesn't want to see you looking like Raggedy Ann up there. So what you're gonna do is you're going to insert the needle between the two layers. So if you're looking, it should come through. Should come through like this. And you're gonna pull your thread all the way through. Oh, maybe I should double knot my thread. Oh, and I did not make a good double knot. So just like, technical difficulties while I make a double knot or triple knot, which is what it ended up being, but that's okay. So you're gonna pull your needle through the thread, through the fold that you've made, so that your thread, your knot is hidden, okay? And you're gonna make your hem whatever size you want. I just am making it this width so that you can see what I'm doing. Then, sorry, I'm just double checking what I should do. You're going to, so you've pulled it through. You're going to then insert it into this part of your fabric, and only a little bit, because it'll make a dot on the other side and you're gonna pull your fabric all the way through. Okay, so you've made this little stitch and you can tell because there's a little tiny dot on the correct side of your fabric. Okay, so you've done that. And then you wanna pull your needle tight every time. Then you're going to bring your needle back through your fold you've made, kind of like how you do a running stitch. Okay, do you see how I've captured some of this fold? So you're gonna bring it through like this. Okay, and you're going to, again, come up, catch a small area, and then pull it taut. You're going to go back through the fold. And you want your stitches to be kind of close together for this, because if they are not, then your hem is going to look, which mine might look like that, but it's okay because I'm not sewing it for a project. Your hem might look a little raggedy. Okay, you want to make sure you pull your thread tight every time. And then you're gonna come back out. So I've gone through the fold, which is what I'm gonna call that. Then I'm gonna go through this little top here, just a few pieces. I'm gonna pull it through. And I'm just going to continue this hem all the way through, pulling it taut, which means tight, every time, so that as I'm working, sorry, I jerked it away from the camera, so that as I'm working, it stays where I want it to stay. Now, ideally, you would actually have a set of pin needles to put in your fabric, which you certainly can get, and you can get them at the good old Walmart for like $1 or $2, maybe. They're not that expensive, but I did not require them yet. and I'm not really going to require them because the, where did I just go? The level of sewing that you're gonna do, you don't really need the pin needles just yet, the straight pin needles just yet. But if you think it might help you in your sewing project, you may go and get some, because it does help you keep your fabric in place. Okay, so as you're looking, so I made kind of just a bad stitch right there, but I'm gonna keep going with it. Okay, so see how it's not completely straight? Okay, because you're trying to hide it. So up here, I've done a good job of hiding my stitching. I didn't do so good near the end, so let's see if I can make it a little better. And then so on this piece of fabric, and you will have fabric to do this today, on this piece you actually are working almost completely on the wrong side of the fabric, and that is intentional. Just gonna bring it through one more time. Oop, that was probably too much. Voila. So I've made my hem. Let's go over here. Ooh, do you see how it has that nice fold right here? So the fabric looks like it's hemmed. And you hem a fabric because normally when you cut it, it has these like raggedy edges right here. So you hem it so you can hide those edges. It's like edging. It's like you wanna edge, you know, like when you do your edges, you want to make your edges look nice. It's the same thing in sewing. And I'm just going to pull this out because it's really bothering me. Okay, so that is a slip stitch.